welcome to our YouTube channel. In all our previous videos of physical world, we talked about our basic science, what is the meaning of science, what is physics, and what are the different branches in physics. Like we talked about the classical physics, and we talked about the quantum physics or the microscopic physics. Then we talked about another branch which is in still developing stage, and that is our mesoscopic physics. Then we talked about the basic difference between a law and theory and types of assumptions. Then we entered into our main part, and that was our the fundamental forces in nature, and we discussed each and every force in very detail. The first force which we talked about was our gravitational force. The second force was the electromagnetic or the EM force, which operates between any two charged particles. Then we entered into our third force, and that was our strong nuclear forces or strong forces which operate within the nucleus between all the nucleons, that is between protons and neutrons. And then we finally entered into our weak nuclear forces. So now we are going to see the basic comparison of all these fundamental forces. So this is the table which has been taken from the NCERT, 11th NCERT first chapter. And according to this, the gravitational force, let's see first about their relative strength. In this case, we have taken the strong nuclear forces relative strength to be 1. Means we have assumed that we are comparing all the other three forces with respect to the strong nuclear force. This means that the reference level for comparing all the fundamental forces is here the strong nuclear force. So let's see, the relative strength of electromagnetic force is 10 to the power minus 2. What does this mean? This means that the electromagnetic force or the EM force is 100 times weaker than the strong nuclear force. Or we can say that strong nuclear force is 100 times stronger than the electromagnetic force. Similarly, we can see from the table that weak nuclear force is 10 to the power 13 times weaker than the strong nuclear force, or strong nuclear force is 10 to the power 13 times stronger than the weak nuclear force. And same goes for gravitational force. We can say that strong nuclear force is 10 to the power 39 times stronger than the gravitational force. So this relative strength order suggests that the strongest force in our nature is the strong nuclear force, and the most weakest force in our nature is the gravitational force. Based on this, you can see the decreasing order of the strengths of these forces. The strongest one is the strong nuclear force, then we have electromagnetic or the EM force, then we have weak nuclear force, and the weakest we have our gravitational force. Now we are going to compare the ranges of these four fundamental forces. Here the gravitational force range is infinite, means it can operate at any distance between any two objects which have masses, be they 1 centimeter apart, be they 100 meter apart, be they few kilometers apart, or be they light years apart. So it can operate at any range. Similarly, we have electromagnetic force. Electromagnetic force range is also infinite, and this is the similarity between the gravitational force and the electromagnetic force. This is due to the fact that both gravitational force and the electromagnetic force follows the inverse square law. What is inverse square law? It means that the magnitude of force is inversely related to the square of distance of separation between the interacting particles. Means when the distance of separation is doubled, then the force magnitude reduces to 1/4 of its original value. Similarly, when the distance of separation is tripled, then the force magnitude turns out to be F by 9, means it reduces to 1/9 of its initial value. Now, entering into weak nuclear force, we can say that its range is very short. It's nearly the size of subnuclear level, that is nearly the size of protons or neutrons, like nearly 10 to the power minus 16. And for strong nuclear forces, the size or the range of this force is nearly the nuclear size, because these operates within the nucleus between the nucleons, that is between proton and neutron. So its range is nearly 2 to 3 femtometer, which is nearly the size of nucleus. And yes, these strong nuclear forces and weak nuclear forces do not obey the inverse square law. And in our course, we do not have a particular mathematical expression for these forces, so we are not going to enter into that part. Now let's compare which force operates among which particles. So the gravitational force operates among all the objects in the universe which have masses, and yeah, objects do have masses, so gravitational force operates among all the objects. It is operating between me and you, between me and my surroundings, between me and earth, between me and other planets also. So it does not restrict ourselves to interact only with particular objects. We are actually interacting with our whole universe with this force. Next is our weak nuclear force. Weak nuclear force operates among the elementary particles, light elementary particles like electron and neutrino particle and antineutrino, which we will study in our radioactive decays, that is beta positive and beta negative decay. And the last one is our strong nuclear force. The interacting particles of this force are the proton and neutron, which are the heavier elementary particles which are present in the nucleus. So it operates among the heavier elementary particles, means it operates between two protons as well as between two neutrons as well as between a proton and a neutron. Okay, so now we are going to see a very important term, that is a mediating particle of these fundamental forces. What are mediating particles? So, mediating particles are the force carriers or the messenger particles or intermediate particles that give rise to forces between the interacting particles. For example, in case of gravitational force, we have gravitons as the mediating particles. So what is the function of this graviton? So let's see, two objects of mass m1 and m2 are interacting with each other through gravitational force. So they are exerting a force, but how this force is generated, how this force is transferred from one object to the other. So graviton acts as a force messenger. It acts between these two interacting particles and exerts force on the other particle due to the first particle. Similarly, we have bosons as the mediating particle in case of weak nuclear force, and photon as the mediating particle in case of electromagnetic force, and gluon in case of strong nuclear forces. Now we are going to see the progress made towards the unification of forces. So we are going to deal with the table which is given in NCERT in accordance with the unification of forces. So let's see it. So, unification of forces in simple terms, it means that we are combining two or more than two domains which were earlier different, and now we are combining those domains or aspects into a single domain or aspect. For example, Isaac Newton in 1687, he unified celestial and terrestrial mechanics. What he showed that the same laws of motion, which we call the Newton's law of motion and the law of gravitation, apply to both the terrestrial and the celestial domains. Similarly, Oersted and Faraday in 1820 and 1830 respectively showed that the electric and magnetic phenomena are inseparable, and combined these and unified these two domains into a single domain, and that is called our electromagnetism. And similarly, Maxwell in 1873, he unified electromagnetism with optics, because optics, we study light and light is an electromagnetic wave, so he unified that. Similarly, other scientists unified the weak nuclear force and the electromagnetic force into a single domain, and that is our electroweak force, and it has been verified experimentally by Rubia and Vandermeer. And there is huge progress in the recent decades regarding this unification of forces. The electromagnetic and weak nuclear force have already been unified, and now the scientists are trying to unify the electroweak and the strong force, and even to unify the gravitational force, means they are trying to unify all the fundamental forces into a single force, single domain. But many of these ideas are still speculative and are not very conclusive. Okay, attempts have been made, but still there is no success regarding this process to unify the four fundamental forces. Although there are some theories, but these are only speculative.